Hey, what is up, everybody? I am here to give you my Read Aloud series for The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, chapter 34. And this chapter starts on page 226 and ends on page 229, so it's not that long. The chapters are actually getting to be shorter. And this chapter is called Sprinting a Secret. I forgot to mention, though, that if you want to check out my Read Aloud series for chapters 1 through 33, click on the playlist down in the description box below, and I'm just going to get right into it. Huck said, "Tom, we can slope if we find a rope. The window ain't high from the ground." "Shucks, what do we do for slope? What do you want to slope for?" "Well, it ain't any use to that kind of a crowd. I can't stand it. I ain't going down there." "Oh, bother, it ain't anything. I don't mind it a bit. I'll take care of you." Sid appeared. "Tom," said he, "Auntie has been waiting for you all the afternoon. Mary got you your Saturday clothes ready, and everybody's been frightened about you. Say, ain't that grease and clay on your clothes? Now, Mr. City, you just tend to your business. What's all this blowout about anyway?" "It's one of the widow's parties that she's always having. This time it's for the Welshman and his sons on account of that scrap they helped her out of the other night. And say, I can't tell you something if you don't want to know." "Well, wait. Why, old Mr. Jones is going to try to spring something on the people here tonight, and I overheard him tell Auntie today about it as a secret. But I reckon it's not much of a secret now. Everybody knows the widow, too, for all she tries to let on she don't. Mr. Jones was bound Huck should be here. You couldn't get along with his grand secret without Huck, you know." "Secret about what, Sid?" "About Huck tracking the robbers to the widow's. I reckon Mr. Jones was going to make a grand time over his surprise, but I bet you it will drop pretty flat." Shuck chuckled in a contented and satisfied. No, Sid chuckled in a very contented and satisfied way. Shit, Sid, it was you that told?" "Oh, never mind that, who it was. Somebody told, that's enough." "Sid, that's only one person in this town mean enough to do that, and that's you. If you had been in Huck's place, you'd sneak down the hill and never told anybody on the robbers. You can't do any but mean things, and you can't bear to see anybody praise for doing good ones. They'll no thanks, as the widow says." And Tom cuffed Sid's ears and helped him to the door with several kicks. "Now go on and tell Auntie if you dare, and tomorrow you'll catch it." Some minutes later, the widow's guests were at the supper table, and a dozen children were propped up at the little tables in the same room after the fashion of that country and that day. At the proper time, Mr. Jones made his little speech, in which he thanked the widow for the honor she was doing himself and his sons, but said that there was another reason, another person whose modesty, and so forth and so on. He spun his secret about Huck's share in the adventure in the finest dramatic manner he was master of, but the surprise it occasioned was largely counterfeit and not as glamorous and effusive as it and not well, I just lost my place, as it might have been under happier circumstances. However, the widow made a pretty fair share of astonishment and heaped so many compliments and so many gratitude upon Huck that He almost forgot the nearly notable discomfort of his new clothes and the entirely intolerable discomfort of being set up as a target for everybody's gaze and everybody's laudations. The widow said she meant to give Huck a home under her roof and have him educated, and that when she could spare the money, she would start him in the business in a modest way. Tom's chance was to come, he said. Huck don't need it. Huck's rich. Nothing but a heavy strain upon the good manners of the company kept back the due and proper complimentary laugh at this pleasant joke, but the silence was a little awkward. Tom broke it. Huck's got money, but you don't believe it. But he's got loads of it. You needn't smile. I reckon I can show you. Oh, you just wait a minute. Tom ran out of the doors. The company looked at each other with perplexed interest and quietly at Huck, who was tongue-tied. Said, "What ails Tom?" said Aunt Polly. Well, there ain't ever any making of that boy. I never. Tom entered, struggling the weight of his sacks, and Aunt Polly did not finish her sentence. Tom poured the mass of yellow coin upon the table and said, "There, what did I tell you? Huck, half of it's Huck's and half of it's mine." The spectacle took the general breath away. All gazed. Nobody spoke for a moment. Then there was an anonymous call for an explanation. Tom said he could furnish it, and he did. The tale was long, but brimful of interest. There was scarcely an interruption from anyone to break the charm of its flow. When he had finished, Mr. Jones said, "I thought I had fixed up a little surprise for this occasion, but I don't amount to anything now. This one makes it sin mighty small. I'm willing to allow." The money was counted. The sum amounted to a little over $12,000. It was more than anyone present had ever seen at one time before, though several persons were there who were worth considerably more than in property. And that's the end of the chapter. Overall, I thought that was actually a pretty good chapter. It was pretty decent, nothing fancy. Just kind of recapping everything. But overall, that's pretty much it for this Read Aloud series. Thank you guys for listening or watching, and make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so that way people will watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more content and click on the bell so that way every time I upload a video on this channel, you guys will get the notification for it. And make sure you guys do the same for my CM Brothers and Everyone Talking It YouTube channel, which is this channel. I didn't mean to say this channel again, but thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.